Good evening and welcome to my end of the week recap here for SPY and trade plan for next week. Real quick, I'm going to go over some of the trades I took. Monday I didn't do anything. I was focused on Apple. Tuesday looked like we had a breakout continuation here. Took the 280 calls for Friday, I believe. Got in 91, out at 101. Of course, if I would have held these, you can see the huge move that would have worked very, very nicely. But it is what it is. End of the day, had a very specific setup here. Where I took these 279 calls here at 90, in at 90, out at 1. Looked like price action was running into resistance, so I also, at the end of the day, the very end of the day, I should say, took these 278.5 puts for a potential retest of the 8 EMA. That did not occur, so those went to zero and total loss. Um, let's see, Wednesday looked like I was ready to try and pick a top. Got some 281 put and a half puts here at 35. Added on the second lower high at 24. Took them off here at 37. Ideally, I wanted to see it touch VWAP so I could take some calls. That didn't occur, so no other trade was taken there. Thursday and Friday, I did nothing. I am currently holding some April 3rd 290s here from a very nice fill. Reason being, a couple of bull flags have set up, both this daily time frame, which has a potential measure move up to 295, as well as this hourly, or excuse me, well, actually on the 5-minute channel or 5-minute time frame. Let's zoom out here. You can see the pole here. Put in a little bit of consolidation. If it breaks above, I'm taking the measure move from the lows where the volume came in early in the day today. I'm not really going to count this quad witching volume because it's quad witching. It wasn't necessarily active participants buying or selling. It's just a result of options expiration. So if it breaks above, that measure move could actually be a potential $1.50 higher, so up to about 291. So that'd be a very nice move for these calls with plenty of time. They'll definitely more than double if it does continue through. If price action pulls back, test this little bit of a wedge that's forming, this broadening wedge. Look for support here around the 80 EMA, 21 EMA down here, and 200 SMA down here. Those are the options I'll be looking at taking. The 50 SMA is still way down here below. Excuse me. I will look at these 270 calls with a month of time. If price action breaks above this 282 and a quarter area, I will gladly add to these 290 calls because they're still extremely cheap, and we'll see what happens going forward. I have one more note on here worth mentioning. Above here, just like what's happened all week, when significant levels are broken and the bears are forced to get out of their positions, they turn into buyers. So all these bearish gurus and perma bears, most likely are going to turn into buyers above this level here once this trend breaks, if it does break. Just like the bulls, they will turn into sellers if some of these significant levels below do start to break. However, per most algorithmic trading rules, price action is very bullish. Price above 8, above 21, above 200. The only thing that is missing is the 50 SMA is not above the 200 SMA. So it's not ideal, but it is very, very close, and we are about to get one of these infamous bullish golden crosses. However, in my last videos, I've said these bullish and death crosses are essentially flip of the coin. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I want to touch over here on the daily time frame. This bearish engulfing bar right here does tell me that we may potentially be near a top, or at least in a worst case scenario in a trading range anywhere from, we'll call it 282.5 down to 272.5. $10 range, definitely worth trading, but everything is curling up. So that in and of itself tells me that if there's an upslope, that's also adding to the argument that algos are still buying. As I zoom out here to the monthly time frame, get some of these other notes off of here, and I can actually take all this stuff off here. I did have one other line right there, which is the monthly opening price of March, which is 280.44. As long as we hold above there, just like on an intraday basis, if price action holds above the opening price, that tells me that bulls are still in control. They're buying, they're pushing up away from where we started. It means they're making progress. Simple as that. Now this may turn into what Apple has done. We had a very strong move up here in January, February compressed price action, now March. As long as we maintain price action above that 280.44, as well as February's high, which is 281.31, and start pushing away from it, we're most likely easily going to hit this 286 area where the prior breakdown was of this low 286.71. And above there, there's really nothing. I mean, there's nothing you can see. There's no price action above. Now, with this kind of price pattern, I don't know if I would take a breakout above this 293, but I do say that we retest all-time highs, just like I've said many times before. I just hope we do it before CNBC starts saying so, because once they start to say it, that's just a jinx on the market. So we'll see what happens going forward. For me, in my opinion, I'm ignoring all the negative news. I'm ignoring bearish perma bears. I'm ignoring bearish wedges, bearish flags, bear. Bears have been wrong since the beginning of the year, and there's no evidence that they're right yet. Yeah, we have one significant pullback, and look what's happened. We rallied right back up it. So not scared. If we do drop, in my opinion, still another buy the dip scenario. So this is my trade plan for next week. We'll see what happens going forward. Have a good weekend and good luck on Monday.